everybody, on this beautiful hot day here in the middle of August. My name is Mike O'Mara, and my primary role in life is to be the IT and administrative director over at ConcordTV. But in my spare time, I like to consider myself somebody who really likes to do the outdoors. And one of my favorite things right now during this whole pandemic is seeing a growing number of people, particularly a growing number of people over the age of 55, who are out and enjoying the trails here around the state, and in particular in Concord. Where we're at today is actually along the Merrimack River, just kind of south of where the Kentucky River comes in. We're in an area called the Sewalls Falls Recreational Area. And why don't we head up? This is kind of a unique geography here, where we've got really steep bankings that come down to a woodland area. We've got the confluence of the river just above us. This actually all became part of a New Hampshire fish and game site. It's about a little over 200 acres. It actually comprises both sides of the river, but the trails are on this side here. It covers about 5 miles of shoreline along the river on both sides there. So it's about 2 miles kind of on this side here. A little more than that once you include all the curves and interesting things that rivers do here in Concord. Where we're at now is under the new Sewalls Falls Road Bridge. How many people remember the old Sewalls Falls Road Bridge? And we can say a bridge built to last for 100 years anyway. Yeah. So that's about what it lasted, which is longer than the other similar bridges that were built at around the same time. I believe there are 5 bridges, and those bridges were designed by the company that was owned by the former mayor of Concord, Mayor Storrs, after Storrs Street is named. So it was a very uniquely designed bridge with kind of a arching iron truss that went over, and as a matter of fact, they did, as part of the whole project here, when they redid the bridge and made a bridge hopefully that will last another 100 years, they actually saved a portion of the old truss from that original bridge and put it there along with a little bit of a historical marker. And that's one of the nice things about a lot of the trails around Concord and in the surrounding areas, whether you go up to Canterbury Shaker Village, or various other locations, St. Paul School, some of the areas around Hopkinton. Is a lot of times you've got these vast histories and some interpretive signs, some learning materials there to learn a little bit about the area. So important things to know, besides kind of planning where you're going and then knowing where you're at. Knowing the nice thing about this is now if you get your map, first of all, you can see where you're at. And if you do get into trouble, if something happens, you got your location. You can call and give somebody the location as to where you are. But of course, being a little bit prepared, we're not climbing in the presidentials or something like that in the White Mountains, but you still have to be prepared out here. Right. It's New England. Weather can change in a second. Yep. You can get yourself a little out of ways, a little lost, and certainly in situations like what we have right now where it's really high. Yeah. It doesn't take long before you're dehydrated or something like that. So there's important things to always do when you're outside and enjoying the trails. Being prepared, having the right footwear. You don't want to use sandals, you want to use some sort of sneaker, hiking shoe, something that's going to give you a little bit of grip on these pine needles and rocks. Lightweight clothes when you're out during the summer that wick moisture. You don't want cotton or things like that will keep moisture in, but having something that kind of wicks away the moisture and keeps you cool, that's a really good idea. Of course, plenty of water. That's important. Keep yourself hydrated. Some sort of snack, some sort of food. You never know when you might need a little energy boost. So a good banana or apple or something like that always does the trick. Like I said, knowing where you're at, and then making sure that you keep the trails the way you find them. That is an important aspect of safety too. First of all, it keeps the place beautiful. Nobody likes going around and finding people's trash or people's dog offal along the sides of the trail. We don't want that. It's not a particularly healthy situation to have out here. The great thing about hiking is it's very accessible to anybody. Nice thing about the trail right here is that it's an accessible trail. It's flat, for almost the full way down to the dam. There is a section near the dam where it crosses a brook and it becomes really foot traffic only, but along here with a wheelchair, with some sort of assisted walking device or something like that, it's a very accessible trail. And the nice thing about the city website and the city properties and their partners, whether it's the Audubon or the Society for Protection of New Hampshire Forest, they've got a whole list of trails that are available along with maps and locations throughout the city. So if you go to concordnh.gov/trails, you'll have the whole list of the 81 miles of trails that are out there, and you'll find nice little maps like this. So this is a map of the area where we're at, and what it shows you is even, you've got your hiking trails, but then it also indicates this is an accessible trail. So you can take a list if you bring out a relative or somebody that isn't necessarily as mobile, but still wants to get outside, still wants to have some exercise. You can check and see, well, is this an accessible trail? Is there places, and for some of these trails, short sections will be accessible, but that's really all you need, and gets you out, gets you a little exercise, gets you some of that nice tree therapy that is so nice when things are a little stressful, and you come to beautiful places like this.